So smart homes are really becoming a thing now. On paper, everything's meant to be kinda simple. Lights, heating, cameras, locks, routines, all controlled from your phone. But in real life, what actually happens is you end up with tons of different apps, a pile of hubs, and someone in the house who refuses to use any of it because it's too much effort. And that's where the idea of a proper home control center starts to make sense. Something you can leave on a desk or a side table, and it just becomes the place you go to check things, control them, and not have to dig your phone out every single time. And that's actually where this comes in. This is the MOES native Tuya AI Desktop Smart Center. The pitch is touchscreen control, Alexa voice, built-in gateway for Tuya devices, IR for older ones like TVs, and aircon, plus live views from compatible cameras and doorbells. And it also works as a compact desktop speaker. Now, I've been using this like an actual household control point, so I'll walk you through what it's like day to day, what I think it does well, and where the limitations are. But there is a quick note before I go into it. Here I am testing a pre-release version of this, so the software isn't final yet. And MOES have said the retail version will have more optimizations, plus ongoing firmware updates to keep improving performance over time. So I'm simply judging what it's like right now. But obviously it is worth keeping in mind that it is still in that being refined stage. So what actually is this? Well, you've got a 5-inch touchscreen that supports touch, voice and physical buttons, and it has a built-in gateway designed to pull Wi-Fi, Zigbee and Bluetooth devices into one place, which is especially useful if you're already running a lot of Tuya gear. On top of that, you've got IR control for non-smart devices, so you can bring older remotes into the setup. With that, you can view compatible cameras or doorbells on the screen. Just to be clear though, it doesn't have a built-in camera and the live view is one-way viewing, so it's more of a monitor and control dashboard than a video calling device. But that's the core idea here. It's not trying to replace your whole smart home system. It's trying to make it easier to actually use. Now, setup really depends on whether you're already using Tuya. If your home's already running Tuya devices, bulbs, plugs, switches, sensors, then the experience is genuinely quite smooth because you're basically bringing everything into one place. And that's how I would approach it. I pair things on my phone where needed and then use the MOES as the everyday controller after that. And once everything's in, the whole walk up to the screen and just do it thing is actually kind of the best part. It stops feeling like you're constantly managing a smart home through your phone, and it starts feeling more like a shared household appliance. I would say the touch experience is quick and responsive, taps register pretty nicely, swipes feel natural, and the layout system is honestly one of the better parts because you can organize it around your house and make it work for you. So instead of digging through menus, you can set it up so the main screen is basically your everyday stuff. Lights, scenes, heating, curtains, whatever you actually touch daily. I guess in real world use, it's the little moments that make it feel worth it. Walk into the room, tap one scene, light shift, heating adjusts, and you're not unlocking a phone and hunting through an app. It's small, but that's the point. It reduces friction. And I'll say this neutrally, it's a compact screen designed for quick control and glanceable info, not a big watch content on it kind of display. As a home control center, that sizing actually makes sense on a desk or sideboard. It's all you really need. Now, it is powered by Alexa, so voice control works the way you'd expect. Lights, routines, weather, reminders, timers, and smart home commands hands-free. In my setup, it's more of a background helper than a feature I have forced myself to use, but needless to say, it has worked pretty well.
Alexa, give me a recipe for a raspberry pie.
Okay, for raspberry pie, I recommend raspberry meringue pie from Olive magazine. 1 hour to make. What would you like? Start recipe, send it to your phone, or here next recipe.
Start recipe.
Raspberry meringue pie from Olive magazine. There are 9 ingredients.
Alexa, desk light on. Alexa, desk light off. Alexa, set reminder to clean car tomorrow.
What time tomorrow should I remind you?
1.
Is that 1 o'clock in the morning or in the afternoon?
Afternoon.
Okay, I'll create a reminder for tomorrow at 1 p.m.
The physical buttons is one of the bits I didn't think I'd care about, but actually they're pretty good. Having them on a smart home controller like this makes it feel more immediate. And what is cool is you can map them to quick actions, like all lights off, movie mode, good night, and that's honestly quicker than swiping through pages or relying on voice alone. It just gives it more versatility. It also makes it more household friendly because someone who doesn't care about apps can still press a button and get the same results. I just think it allows people a bit more freedom in how you use the hub. So although having it all completely fully touchscreen would be okay, sometimes retaining physical buttons is a plus. Now, the speaker side surprised me in quite a good way, but it's not the main reason you'd buy the device. It is a smart home center first, but as a secondary feature, it adds a lot of practicality. Being able to connect it via Bluetooth and just have music or audio in the background while you're working, cooking, or just in the room makes it feel more like a proper home appliance rather than just a control panel. It is not the headline feature, but a genuinely useful extra that makes the device nicer to use day to day. On a decent volume level, you'll get some nice audio from this. Take a listen for yourself. So a few things you should know just so this stays a proper balanced review. First, it's very much Tuya first. If your home is already built around these devices, this makes far more sense. If you're deep into another ecosystem and don't plan on using Tuya, you might not get the same value. And also because I am testing a pre-release version, I am judging it based on what it does today, with the understanding that MOES is actively working on optimizing and firmware updates. So when this is released, you might get something slightly different. One thing worth mentioning is that early supporters have the chance to get it at a more favorable price as part of the launch phase, which is obviously a nice bonus if you were interested. I would make the decision based on whether it fits your ecosystem and how you want to control your home, but it is a good time to look at it if you like the concept. It won't be for everyone, but as a home control center concept, it's one of the more practical ones I've actually tried. And I like that the company's clearly treating it as something they're going to keep improving with updates rather than a launch and forget product. But having said all of this, this certainly is something to consider in 2026.